Sports Illustrated for Kids covers it all.
We're talking that it has released its new model too.
Inglewood. Victim dragged by SUV for more than 2 miles in deadly Inglewood carjacking. A terrifying scene unfolded when a man wanted for murder and robbery dragged a carjacking victim with that man's own SUV for more than 2 miles on an Inglewood street. A man sought in a San Fernando Valley murder and robbery was arrested in a chaotic pursuit and carjacking that left one person dead after the victim was dragged by his own SUV for more than 2 miles on an Inglewood street. The deadly chain of events began as police were conducting a surveillance operation on the wanted man in the 5900 block of 7th Avenue. Detectives watched the man get into the passenger side of a vehicle and leave the area. A short pursuit began after officers tried to get the driver to pull over, police said. The brief chase ended in a crash at Florence and Haas Avenues in Inglewood. The murder suspect got out of the passenger side and carjacked another vehicle, police said in a statement. The murder suspect drove away from Florence Avenue and Haas Avenue, dragging the carjacking victim. The carjacking victim, entangled in a seatbelt, was dragged on the street for more than 2 miles before he was dislodged, police said. Tina Atkins, who was picking up her children at an after-school program, described a horrifying scene. We just saw a car coming straight at us with a dead body hanging out of the bottom. Atkins said. I hopped the curb with my kids in the car because I didn't want them to hit me. Atkins' car and an undercover police vehicle were struck during the chase. The pursuit ended when the driver crashed near East Florence Avenue and North Prairie Avenue, near Edward Vincent Jr. Park. The SUV flipped, but the man refused to exit, leading to a standoff near a cemetery. A SWAT team responded, and the man eventually surrendered nearly 2 hours later. The victim was found on the street about 3 houses south of where his stolen SUV flipped and came to rest. Details about the man's identity were not immediately available. He died at the scene. The suspect was wanted in a killing during the robbery of a Reseda area jewelry store. Joshua Renew, 31, was expected to be booked on suspicion of murder after he was treated for a severe facial injury he sustained during the pursuits and wrecks. The driver who crashed the other vehicle was also taken into custody, according to police. According to law enforcement officials, Renew was wanted for the July 29 robbery and shooting at a tattoo and marijuana business on Sherman Way near Reseda Boulevard, where 2 men were shot and a security guard returned gunfire. The victims, who survived their gunshot wounds, told police 3 men had robbed them, and about an hour after the gunfight officers responded to another call in the 18,300 block of Saticoy Street in Reseda and found a shooting victim in what also was believed to be a jewelry robbery. The 32-year-old man later died at a hospital. Early Thursday morning, LAPD officers and FBI agents arrested 2 others suspected of being involved in the July holdups and shootings. Operations Valley Bureau homicide detectives arrested 28-year-old Derek Hall, of West Covina, and 20-year-old Miracle Brown, of South Los Angeles, on suspicion of robbery and murder. Bail was set at $2 million. Later that day, detective obtained a murder arrest warrant for Renew. A court date was scheduled for Monday. Court and jail records show Renew was charged on September 15 with violating the terms of his post-release community supervision that stemmed from a prior conviction. In closing, the streets are not safe anymore, my people. Be careful and alert.
in this bar.
The possible cause of death of Coolio, the Gangsta's Paradise rapper, at 59. What did Coolio die of? Happy and healthy. Coolio's entourage assures that the rapper was in good shape the day before he unexpectedly passed away. So, what could have been the cause of his death? Severe asthma may have triggered his death. TMZ talked to Coolio's entourage about the possible cause of his death, and they all agree on one point: Coolio had severe asthma. He had been suffering from the lung disease for years. He always needed inhalers. The artist's own family told authorities about his complicated history with asthma. Coolio even had to carry several inhalers with him at all times. He even used them on stage in the middle of a concert. High risk of heart attack. According to the American Heart Association, people with severe asthma who use specific medications for this ailment have a 60% increased risk of suffering heart attacks or cardiovascular accidents. A rap legend is gone. Either way, the death of music legend Coolio was sudden and shocking. He died on September 28 in Los Angeles at the age of 59. Official confirmation on CNN. His friend and manager, Jarrell Posey, confirmed the news to CNN. He didn't go into too many details about what had happened to the rapper. It happened at a friend's house. Artist Leon Ivy Jr., Coolio's real name, was at a friend's house when he died, TMZ reports. What happened? TMZ reported that the circumstances surrounding the rapper's death were strange. He went into the bathroom and never came out. According to the aforementioned media outlet, Coolio had gone into the bathroom at his friend's house in Los Angeles. Then, he stayed there for longer than usual. He was lying on the floor. Seeing that he didn't come out and that he did not respond to calls from outside, his friend forced his way into the bathroom and found Coolio lying on the floor. Pronounced dead. When rescue services arrived at the house, they quickly determined that Coolio had died. It was Wednesday afternoon, September 28, 2022. No traces of substances. Police sources told TMZ that they had found no traces of substances or paraphernalia at the place of death, specifically in the bathroom. Cardiac arrest. In fact, TMZ reported that the paramedics assumed the rapper had a sudden cardiac arrest and that this was the most likely cause of death. As became known later, his severe asthma may have been the trigger for his alleged heart attack. Ongoing police investigation. Regardless of the lack of suspicious materials at the scene, police will investigate what exactly happened that caused the life of Coolio to end so suddenly. Waiting for the coroner. Many will anxiously await the autopsy to determine the official cause of death. Coolio was a known musician who achieved absolute glory in the 90s. Gangsta's Paradise. After several years of trying to make it in the music business, Coolio released Gangsta's Paradise in 1995. The song was part of the soundtrack of Dangerous Minds, the movie starring Michelle Pfeiffer. Gangsta's Paradise is an adapted cover of Stevie Wonder's song Pastime Paradise. One of the best songs of the 90s. Gangsta's Paradise was number 1 on 21 music charts around the world, including the American Billboard chart. Coolio won a Grammy for Best Rap Solo Performance and was nominated for Best Recording of the Year with the iconic song. A memorable video. The music video, directed by Antoine Fuqua and featuring scenes from the movie with Michelle Pfeiffer, gave a boost to the popularity of both the film and the song. It became one of the most influential music videos of the 1990s, at the height of the MTV and music video boom. Success on YouTube. It came out long before YouTube existed, but by now the video has already exceeded 1 billion views on the platform. R.I.P. to the homie Coolio, you did that shit, big dog, you did it till the wheels fell off. Millionaire figures. At the time of his death, the rapper was still active. According to his website, he had sold more than 17 million copies of his albums. His tracks had been played over 1 billion times on Spotify. The reason that led him to music. As Coolio told the Los Angeles Times in 1994, his music career arose as a way to stay clean and prevent substances from ending his life. Coolio also turned his life around by becoming a firefighter when he was in his 20s.
For more of these fascinating stories and true crimes, subscribe to Charles Arnis World. Thanks for watching.
Rhythm D was matched up with a bodyguard brought in by Mike Klein named Big Animal, and was told not to go anywhere besides the house and the studio. Easy had his own hulking bodyguards, including Big Ron, and a pair of 300-pound goateed Samoan brothers named Jacob and John, aka the Twins. He was glad to have them. He was often stressed out and waking up at absurdly early hours. He turned to acupuncture in hopes of relieving tension, having needles stuck into his head that made him look like the Hellraiser figure he had at his house. Ruthless launched a Saturday night radio show on local station 92.3 The Beat, featuring friend of the label DJ Julio G at the controls. He asked Easy if he could play tracks from The Chronic. Easy said yes, since he was getting paid off it, after all. But Suge Knight was not amused, making threats that inspired the station to heighten security. When Easy heard about this, he laughed, Julio G said, and told him to play even more death row music. The Death Row and Ruthless camps encountered each other in person following the 1994 Billboard Music Awards at Universal Amphitheater. Death Row artists had assembled to support Snoop, who won the prize for top male music artist. After the ceremony, they and their entourages spilled out onto Universal City Walk, an outdoor shopping tourist travel. Death Row were like 300 deep, BG Knockout said. Real Compton City G's have been nominated for an award as well, but the Ruthless camp was smaller, mainly just BG, Dresta, Easy, and a few bodyguards. Like something out of the Old West, the groups stared each other down and approached slowly. From the front of the pack, Suge made his way over to Easy, putting his arm around his shoulders in what seemed like an effort to intimidate him. The foot soldiers got to barking at each other as well. But
For more of these fascinating stories and true crimes, subscribe to Charles Arnis World. Thanks for watching.
Frank?
Looking for a professional photographer for your next big event? Need video of your special day? Then look no further. For $100 an hour, have a professional photographer or videographer shoot your wedding, birthday party, quinceañera, bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, anniversary party, or whatever your special occasion may be. Highlight your event with professional, crisp photos and video. Check out Charles Arnis Photography on Instagram, as well as book us for your next event. Must live in the Southern California area.
Mira, you need Jesus, I'll pray for you right now.
Baby, you don't even know what I just discovered.
Girl.
Ah.
You buy.
Yo.
Take your phone. Mira.
Oh, she losing it.
Mira.
See?
Take your phone.
It's,
Take your phone.
S-O-C-K-S?
I don't know what you're saying, but take the phone. Take the phone. Take your phone, please.
That's not how that works.
Here, puta.
That's not how that works. I'm sorry.
Here.
I'm sorry, keep taking. This is fun. Oh my gosh. This is the craziest thing ever.
One more thing. Let me see your face.
She losing it.
Hold on, wait. Let me hold on, honey.
She having a nervous breakdown.
Wait, come on. We gotta make a scene out of you.
Bitch, come in here.
Come on, man.
Y'all about to go viral. One more thing. They're about to go on drugs. You want to know why? Y'all are.
She gotta leave that school. She can't stay at that school no more. Them kids ain't gonna. Yeah, she can't. She gotta leave. She done. Her career done too. This shit got 26,000 likes already. Just on this fucking page alone. Breezy Media. Shit, her ass. Yeah, people losing it, dude. People having nervous breakdowns, dog. She had a nervous breakdown. Oh, she's the principal too, so she, not like she's smart. She's not smart, but she having a nervous breakdown. Oh Lord, Jesus, this is some crazy shit.
I want to apologize.
Saying we never found one. What would that historic...
I'm on Gunsmoke.
I'm like, yeah.
Right.
Even
Right.
like it totally, don't do that, but
Right.
I can't help it. I was watching Netflix one night and I saw her on I turned on a show. I was like, this is not, whatever, it's fine. And she was in it and I was like, oh, that's surprising. I didn't know she was in this too.
Yeah.
And then I switched to something else and then she was in that.
She was that too?
And it was like,
You went to high school with her?
I was in one college acting class with her and we were partners and she was really mean to me.
It's always the assholes, huh? But being out here and being on certain different productions and stuff, because I worked at Fox for a little bit too, temporarily. And I was like, oh, you gotta be a dick, you gotta be an asshole to be in this industry.
You have to be like a
baby, I'm too.
sociopath.
Yeah. And I had a friend told me, he's like, when Kim, I said, man, I don't know if you're gonna make it out there, dude. You a little bit too nice, dude. I remember he told me that when I first moved out here. He said, man, you a little bit too nice, dog. Some people out there are dicks. Yeah.
It would be mean of him to be like, you have the...
Yeah, you have the asshole. Yeah.
You're gonna make it.
Right. Yeah.
I know, because it's really not about talent. It's just about being like a top dogger.
Yeah.
You're willing to step on people.
Right. Talk. Yeah. Kind of. Be kind of a dick. Yeah. I mean, I guess when you direct, you kind of got to be that way. Get people to. I don't know, to respect you. But I think it's a way of doing things. But I think that because funny, I worked at Fox, right? And I don't know whether. Are you from here?
No.
Where you from? See, that's why.
New Jersey.
See, how long you been out here?
A year.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why you so cool, because you're not from here. And I learned that when I was at Fox. I was working temporarily in the marketing department. And nobody there would speak to me except for the guy I worked for. Luckily, the guy I worked for, his name was Jamie Bradshaw. He did a movie that was on, it was a Russian movie. I forgot the name of it, but that shit was pretty interesting.
Welcome to No Face City.
When the white dudes was fighting the black dudes, one-on-one, the white women gonna try to get their little lick in and hit the black dude too. And then so the sisters like, oh hell no, y'all, And the sisters,
the dragon ass.
Yeah, exactly. They ain't think the sisters,
That's a prime example right now. Them crackers should have got that message right then.
Right.
Black people ain't going for that shit no more. They can cancel Christmas on that. They can cancel Christmas, bitch.
They ain't getting their ass handed to them. Did you see the other? Hey, it's been a bunch of them though. Did you see the other one? Right after that one, it was a white man. You see when the white man slapped the black girl?
No, I ain't see that one.
I don't know how the argument. They had some little situation, argument, because the video started with the white man. He an old white man. He all in her face. And then he slapped the black girl. And then he gonna try to walk and turn away. Man, that black girl. That black girl beat the hell out that white man.
Oh shit!
She dogged it.
Shit!
He was an old white man. She got him on the ground and started whopping on him.
Damn!
He thought he just gonna hit the black girl and gonna turn around and walk off.
Yeah, she wasn't gonna do nothing.
Like she wasn't gonna do that. But you know, though, watching them made me think though, seeing that old white man do that and how he tried to turn and walk away. He's done that before when he was young, cause he was an old white man. You know, he did that before when he was young, and a black.
He thought he could do it again.
Yeah.
He thought them days are still here. Yeah. Blacks won't do nothing.
Yeah, we had to sit there and let them punch us in the face.
And one by one, we showing them.
Hey.
Store. NBC Bears Jody Hernandez spoke with police about how they managed to track down those thieves.
San Ramon police released several new videos of that terrifying takeover robbery. They say the Dublin Police Department gave them a heads up that a robbery crew out of Oakland was in the area. So they immediately deployed their drone to the shopping center. And they say, of course, the store's surveillance cameras also captured the robbers in action.
This is the moment more than 20 masked and hooded people stormed into Heller.
Hold on, wait a minute. That gotta be at least 25, 30 people.
What?
I'm not even sure that I can get 30 people together in real life to go and get a drink with each other without somebody saying, oh man, I'm canceling, I'm about to go take a nap, and they're able to get this many people to go and do a smash and grab at a jewelry store?
That's crazy.
Shh.
Jewelers in broad daylight Monday. Some of them armed with guns, others with crowbars. Police say the mob then helped themselves to $1 million worth of fine jewelry.
When they went in, they basically took over the store. They went to all the jewelry display cases.
Somebody came late. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm late. I thought y'all was gonna be. I thought y'all was gonna be around 8."
Worth of fine jewelry.
When they went in,
Police say the mob then helped themselves to $1 million worth of fine jewelry.
When they went in, they basically took over the store. They went to all the jewelry display cases and began just smashing the display cases at will, using the crowbars.
Looking at the guy over there
trying
to go after the watches.
Basically taking whatever jewelry was available.
When the store door closed behind them, police say it automatically locked, trapping the group inside. A witness captured the robbers firing shots to escape.
It was a very dangerous situation. They did fire multiple rounds through the door, which caused the door to shatter, and they were able to then push the glass out.
He's a different type of criminal
exit.
out here.
Drone footage captured the suspects getting into their cars and speeding away. Police say choppers followed them. Officers arrested 3 men and a 17-year-old on International Boulevard in Oakland and arrested 3 others at the Dublin BART station.
So basically they from Oakland and they came over here in order to do a smash and grab because it wasn't enough for them to just destroy their own communities. They also wanted to destroy the other communities that were surrounding Oakland that they can get to by car. These different types of criminals and more importantly, the fall of certain cities in California and in Chicago need to be studied. It 100% need to be studied. But shout out to the police departments that is leveraging technology to now follow these people, considering that all of these police departments have been underfunded when it comes to actually having real police on the streets because of bad policy that is happening and taking place over in California, and then more importantly in the surrounding communities like Oakland and Los Angeles. But, you know, shout out to them, but these are different type of criminal. They in the daytime, they brazen, they got 4 or 5 cars, there's 30 plus of them. They going in and just tearing everything up. They not even going in to do just like a general robbery or something like that. You know, back in our days, we had criminals that did held up liquor stores, you know.
Nonetheless, Terry just unloaded on him, said Martinez. I could see him getting angrier and angrier. I heard your fucking track, Dre said, in Terry's recollection. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, Mr. Ultimate Breaks and Beats, she yelled back, referencing a popular series of vinyl albums containing sample-ready breakbeats. One more fucking word, he added, a threat she ignored. And he punched me in the eye, she said. And when I didn't go down, he punched me in the mouth. He punched her hard, really hard.
For more of these fascinating stories and true crimes, subscribe to Charles Arness World. Thanks for watching.
He's the host, just let him do his thing. Hey, everybody quiet down, please. I ain't gonna lie. On God, this sauce is mad good. Like real.
They are good.
Like they should put that shit like. They should put this shit like as a real flavor, like on wings.
You lucked out going first. So, when I walk into this place, I'm curious, Kai, I need you guys, weigh in. What's the most impressed you've been by the production team? The place is all wired up. There's cameras all over the place, some of them underwater.
Yeah.
I see drones. You got foam machines. There's a shower rave. Like, what's the most impressive thing production has done to put this whole thing together?
The most impressive thing production has done is just like the rotation, you feel what I'm saying? Like, behind the scenes, the communication is very good. You feel what I'm saying? I think it starts from behind the scenes because as long as behind the scenes is good, it's going to reflect on how it is being shown to the world and to all the viewers. So behind the scenes to the viewers and even to me, like the drone being in the sky, under the water, you feel what I'm saying? How
they set you up for success.
Yeah, and the mistakes are very, very, very limited, you know what I'm saying? And when they back is against the wall and Kai is screaming at them, they don't panic, they stay level-headed, and they handle things very well.
Kai, I'm stealing this from you. You said production lock-in. I'm taking that. Production lock-in. Mm-hmm. All right. Shout out to production. Are you ready to move on here to sauce number 2? Are we rotating the cast, or are you sticking in?
No, I'm sticking in.
All right, let's go. So this next one is Crema Maca. So that'll be... Yep, that one right there.
Real chime in. If y'all got any crazy questions y'all want to ask, like crazy
stuff now,
feel free to chime in after. Let us know and we'll chime in.
All right, let's play some jazz over here.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I wait for the brain frame to bite it first, and then let it rip. Wait, no, that's how it works. Yes, you take it so he's under pressure to answer the question.
He gets it.
His mouth will be burning. He got to think.
Oh my God.
It's getting a little serious.
It's a little messy. No.
Can you give us one highlight and one low light from the competitions you guys have been having? I saw Winnie Harlow was judging runway fashion, one-on-one with Draymond Green. I saw you guys while I was in the green room do the American Ninja Warrior obstacle course. Like, what has been the greatest victory and what's been the most agonizing defeat?
The runway was definitely one of my favorite, only because it was like a time limit, and the people that was judging us are very good. I mean, they have a good eye for fashion. You know what I'm saying? So, and being that it was like limited amount of time to put together an outfit.
Smoking on Tuka, they didn't have no. So now white people don't have no problem when it's black on black crime. Smoking on Tuka, they didn't have no. So now we smoking on Charlie Kirk. Too far. Oh my goodness. So y'all didn't go too far with George Floyd. He has a family. Come on, white people, don't be hypocritical.
When Charleston White first came out, he was a hit with the blacks. And then all of a sudden, we saw him take a different position. He started criticizing blacks more often, especially rappers. Not just rappers, even dead rappers, even dissing their kids and family members. And we saw a pivot towards, even talking about black unaccountability and even praising white people.
America has been invaded.
Do you think that white people have less power than ever before?
Yes, and they mad about it. And I'm mad about it too. It was a much better country when white people had more power. Yeah. They have less power, and they have a right to be afraid of what America's gonna come to, because we mad at the wrong white people, and today's white people had nothing to do with what our ancestors went through that none of us got to witness.
Facts.
But we want to punish them for it.
Yeah.
Now, in this same clip, he would end up saying that he felt white people need to control the United States. And again, he was talking about the dysfunctionality of black culture. And see, podcast interviews like this got Charleston White into more opportunities, not just in the black sector, but with white people as well. And they would love for him to come onto the podcast and basically talk down on black people. And of course, it came with a hefty fee. Charleston White, I believe, charges no less than $10,000, and that rate might be up by now. And still, despite the fact that he's had a lot of his platforms shut down, Charleston White, aka Unc, is still out here eating in the streets. And when Charlie Kirk passed away, initially he was a little bit sympathetic, especially when he was talking to Adin Ross about it. He's like, oh, I've never really heard of this guy, but, you know, if that happened to him, that's bad. But then Charleston White got an opportunity basically to see what Charlie Kirk's position was. And once he did, he changed his mind.
Charlie Kirk was killed by his own kind. I just want to remind you, Charlie Kirk was killed by his own kind. They came, but what can they say? He was taken out by his own lily white babies. We got Y ends, y'all got W ends.
So of course, this got a lot of hate from Charlie Kirk fans. Not only him, but even people like myself, who I'm very moderate on the issue, but people like Tariq Nasheed, you know, he's been attacked online, people trying to infiltrate him, trying to dox him. And the same thing has happened to Charleston White. Now, initially, when Charleston White does this to blacks, there's not really a repercussion. Like, I mean, he got into a few scuffles here and there, but, you know, nothing that would really hurt his income. I mean, black people typically don't have the power to, you know, get him fired or, you know, get him from basically not going to a comedy tour, because typically, like, no person that is a comedy promoter or event organizer is going to cancel Charleston White because he's saying something bad about a dead black rapper or about blacks in general. In fact, that might even get him more business. But that's actually backfired, because what happened to Unc was just the opposite. He posted this on Twitter. Charleston White slams white people for canceling his comedy shows and banning his YouTube channel after dissing Charlie Kirk.
Damn.
So what really happened?
I thought y'all said y'all canceled me. Now what fuck done happened? Y'all done got in y'all feelings, you white with animals. I thought y'all said y'all, well, come on now. They just put me on one of the biggest comedy shows September 29th in Atlanta with them now. Oh, you thought y'all can control. No, y'all just got white friends that'll listen to y'all. But you know, white people don't own everything. You know, the Jews and the Asians mostly own everything. Oh, white folk. Y'all don't run the country no more. Y'all trying to get it back, though. I see you. Y'all scrambling hard enough to get your country back. But guess what? Y'all don't let too many people in here. Y'all don't let too many people here. This is Babylon. 99 tongues is in your country. And guess who got to get you your product? China. Every goddamn thing you got, white folk, come from China. Made in China. How you go run something and you don't run nothing no more? Your politicians is ran by foreign lobbies and corporations.
So basically, he's talking about, as you've heard, you know, you whites don't really own anything anymore. Your country is owned by foreigners, and, you know, you don't have everything. Asians and groups have everything. So you're trying to stop me. But while you stopped the other things that I was trying to do, you forgot about the fact that I got a comedy show with these dudes out here in Atlanta. You can't stop that. And that's very important. I want to weigh in on that. A lot of times when we are struggling in, let me just say, the white community, when we basically, you know, don't develop our own economic systems, basically at the bargaining table of corporations. And we've seen that. Look at Will Smith. When Will Smith slaps Chris Rock, a lot of the money that he receives is basically on the front end with brand deals. Sometimes he produces, but not very much. And so once he slaps Chris Rock, his money opportunities were not there as much. Same thing with Jonathan Majors. However, we saw that was not the same with Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry has studios. He owns a lot of the stuff that he does. He owns his IPs and everything like that, intellectual properties. So even though Tyler Perry is going through a similar situation, not equal, with, you know, these sexual allegations from the guy that he's dealing with, he's able to still thrive because he owns what he does. All right. And so Charlie Kirk being in the black sector allows him to own what he does. This is no different than Tariq Nasheed, no different than Corey Holcomb, even a guy like myself, O'Shea Duke Jackson, we might not be in the economy like let's say mainstream media, but we are in the black economy. And that kind of protects us, being in the black sector. And so when you're in the black sector, you can talk like Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb says whatever the hell he feels like saying. And if anybody were to cut Corey Holcomb tomorrow, he has so much offline presence, like he would be back up and running and his fan base is going to follow him. That's the difference. Same thing with Tariq Nasheed. The same thing with Dr. Umar. Okay? Those guys, stop the show, and I'm nowhere near as popular as those dudes, but you get what I'm saying, right? They are going to follow them everywhere they go. And now Charleston White is trying to explain to these whites, look, I'm in the black sector. So, yeah, I was over there getting y'all money, but you can't stop it because I'm in the black sector and you can't take my money. Even if you try to, I'm still going to be on with the blacks. I still got interviews. But wait, there's more.
How you go run something and I in seats? How y'all gonna stop me and I am the internet now? You see y'all, let me show y'all how bad I am. Let me show you how good I am, folk. I done lost over 24 Instagram pages. I done had 5 this year. Just as soon as y'all delete me, it increases my status. Oh, they banned Charleston. Guess what? I got a YouTube page that I started 3 days ago. It's already monetized. That's just the power of Charleston. I got about 6 interviews lined up, 4 within the next couple of days. That money's pretty good. Now all of a sudden, here come a man who was born to sin, that's going to die in sin, but may not die a sinner, and y'all are worshiping like as if he's Jesus. No.
And this is just proving the actual point of what he's talking about, all right? He's saying the same thing and building on that particular premise. I want to also kind of just talk about people out there, again, and I want to preface this. What you're seeing in the country are people who have access to, number one, any kind of government job. So a lot of blacks are in the government sector. If you're in the government sector and you feel like you have free speech, you don't even have to mention somebody's name, okay, to get fired. All you gotta do is talk about the event around the same time, and then all of your benefits are gone right away. There was a guy that was in Secret Service that was fired, okay? A lot of us put a lot of effort into relationships with the government or relationships in the private sector. Now, once you have a relationship with the private sector, you got to always remember, you are a 24-hour representation of your job. You are not. There was a YouTuber by the name of EDP445, okay? EDP445 was a popular YouTuber. He was in Philadelphia, and he had been getting accused basically for trying to meet up with younger women, all right? I won't even call them women. You could have called those ladies like underage.
Oh, wow.
So he met up, tried to meet up with the girl. He was allegedly doing this the whole entire time, or at least being set up. So he shows up to this particular venue to meet this young lady, and it was a bust. He got basically found out for doing that, and nothing happened because it wasn't an actual situation, but it was a sting, right? So it proved that he was doing it. So it's not that he did something on YouTube that cost him his channel. That wasn't the case. But because he had been ousted for trying to meet a young lady underage, he lost his YouTube channel. Not only lose his YouTube channel, he lost his Facebook account. Everything that he was doing, like he had a gig where he was giving like special shout outs for his YouTube subscribers, making like $50 a pop doing that. He lost that too. He tried to get a job with Uber. They found out his real name. He lost that too.
Oh, wow.
Lyft, he lost that too. He had to legally go and change his name to get employment. And to now, I don't know where he is. He's like poor, okay? And the reason why it is because he wasn't even an employee of YouTube, but because what he did, it made YouTube look so bad, they had to part ways, okay? The only time you can be critical of something like Charleston White to that level, if you have black support, not even if you're in business, okay? You have to be in business where nobody cares